Hey, welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do my IUI results. I actually took them a week prior, a week earlier than I was supposed to, and I was really disappointed because it said that it came out negative. I was at least hoping for a false positive, because when they give you the HCG shot, it has the pregnancy hormone already in it, and if anything, they usually say if you test too early, it'll give you a false positive. I just wanted to see if it would even do that, because along the way with us trying, I've tried the what do you call the ovulation kits, and none of them I can ever get them to turn how I want them to turn, and it gets really frustrating. So I was like, well, maybe at least give me a false positive. No, it did not. It gave me a negative. So then I had to wait till the following Monday, which was just a couple days ago, and I tested and I came out negative. So I am not pregnant. The IUI was not successful. I am very disappointed emotionally. I am just drained from it. Now I'm gonna try not to cry. It's mostly so disappointing because we've been trying for so long. I mean, trying so long prior without really knowing what was going on, but just recently trying with doctors' assistance and help, and with pills and fertility treatments and shots, and now the IUI, and it's still coming out negative, is very hard. It's just so mentally draining and basically just physically draining. So needless to say that it's been a very rough 2 weeks. Mostly because we were so, sure it was going to happen this time, just so excited, and it didn't. I had to prepare myself, though. That following week, I basically had like a meltdown. And part of it was because I tested early. I kind of knew I was probably going to get false results anyways, and it shouldn't have hit me the way that it hit me. But just how I am, it took me like a good 2 days of just like crying my eyes out, wanting to blame someone, and just being like so emotional, and it's just so difficult to, go through that. And then so when I tested the following Monday and it came out negative, I was a little more prepared, but it still didn't make things any better. We decided that we are going to take a couple of months off, anywhere between 2 to 3 months off, and I just need to regroup, refocus. Not that we lost focus of what we were doing, but just to not have the constant emotional stress that it brings. Anyone that's ever dealt with infertility, I mean, whether you were successful in the end or not, there is no way to ever really prepare yourself mentally. And as mentally prepared as you think you're going to be, you never quite end up that way. And as much hope and praying and just positivity that you think you are doing, sometimes it doesn't end up being enough, and it makes you put a lot of blame on yourself. So for my mental well-being, as probably as for my husband as well, we're going to take a break for a little while from it. We've been trying for like the past 6 months. We had prior to that like a 2-month break, and then we got married, or before we got married we were trying for like 3 months, then we got married, and then we took a 2-month break, and then we started up again, and we've gone like another, I think this is like our 3rd month now again, so it's a good 6 months of trying. And so we're going to take another short break, and then I will see where I'm at that point, how I feel with things, and then we're also going to consult with my doctor and kind of see where we need to go from there, because it was brought up that I might need to have I think it's laparoscopic or laparoscopy procedure, just to maybe go in there and look at my tubes and see how they're doing, because I know there's one tube that is working, the other one we're not quite sure about. I was under the impression that my left ovary was non-functional. However, I'm making follicles on that side, so it's functioning. It's just not the tube, something's up with the tube. So we'll maybe have to look into that. We're not quite sure, but it was a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress on your finances as well, and just, you know, trying. So that's where I'm at with that. I may seem sad, but I'm okay. I appreciate the support and stuff, and I really wanted to put this out because I'm not the only one going through it. And I'm just, you know, I'm a person just like anyone else. And sometimes I don't think people like to talk about it or show it, or, you know, you come off too emotional, or people that have kids feel bad and think that I don't, you know, that I'm going to hold something against them. And it's totally not that way at all. If anyone gets pregnant, I am extremely happy for them. They can't change my circumstances, just like I can't change, you know, their circumstances. And so I never want to come off as, you know, being emotional and I can't do this, and, you know, how I feel, and then have someone else feel bad for that, because that's never my intention. This is just my part of my story and the stuff that I have to deal with. But enough of that. So now I'm also going to bring in my weigh-in results. Grab my little book. So let me go back a couple. The last time I weighed in was on the 11th. It said 323.7. On the 18th, which was the following Thursday, I did not give my results that weigh-in, but I did weigh myself, and I was at 324.2. So, and I think when I did the math, it was saying that I went up like exactly like 0.5 pounds, exactly like a half a pound. With knowing what my IUI results are, I know why that happened. So I was not disappointed in that. My measurements on the 11th were, my hips were 60, my waist was 47, and both thighs were at 36.5, from what I understand. Now, last Thursday, my hips stayed at 60, my waist stayed at 47, and it looks like everything else 36. I went down maybe a half inch, so I don't know if that was just from me, the way I measure. Sometimes maybe I'm just like hitting or missing in a certain area, but I'm gonna say they stayed the same at 36.5. Now, today, as of today, and today is actually Wednesday, I wanted to go ahead and put this out because no use in delaying it for another day. My results aren't going to change all that much. Today, I was at 329.0. So, I don't have my thing. 324 to 329, though, is like 5 pounds. So I think it was like close to almost 6 pounds. Or no, it's 5 pounds, like 5.2 pounds or something like that. I don't know, I'm not good at the math, but something along those lines. But my waist stayed at, or my hips stayed at 60, my waist stayed at 47, and both my left and right, wait, no, I take it back. My hips stayed at 60, my waist went to 48 instead of 47, so I gained an inch in my waist. However, my left thigh and my right thigh are at 35 and 35.5. So I actually went down about half an inch, or an inch, actually an inch, in my left and right thigh. But because of starting my women's cycle, unfortunately this month, but because of starting it, I am retaining water right now, so that's where the bloat's coming from. So I am not disappointed, I am not ready to give up, and I am not gonna be like, oh my god, you know, I don't know what happened, or I ate this, or why would you? No, I know what it is, and next week all I can hope for is that it's better results than it is today. But considering all things aside, I'm good. I'll have to just stick with that, and I'm good. Also, too, I wanted to show you guys, because I've been trying really, really hard to do the gluten-free thing, and I don't bake all the time, but that's been one thing that's been a struggle, because I am a sweet addict person. I would say a sweet addictive person, and I like to bake, and especially with the fall month coming up, don't ask me why, I do not know, but I love to bake. With that being said, gluten-free baking, I don't care what anyone says, it comes out like a pile of rocks. The texture is so off, the taste is just awful, but there was a silver lining the other day. So what I bought was on a whim, and because I look online all the time for people that do gluten-free blogs and what do they use, and I'm trying to, you know, read up on stuff and not just kind of go off of because something says so on the package. But I found this. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is the red mill, and it's the gluten-free flour, and it is the 1-to-1, which means you can use this to the equivalent of all-purpose flour. So any recipe you have, you're supposed to be able to substitute this. Now, ingredient-wise, you shouldn't have to mess with things at all. It should come out fine. But I just know with gluten-free baking, sometimes that's not always the case, but this comes really, really close to it. Now, when I first did it, I did the cookie recipe that's on the back, and it has no weird ingredients. It's like still your butter, sugar, vanilla, baking powder, baking soda, that kind of stuff in it. However, the cookies, they tasted good. Like, they tasted like, oh, it's got that chocolate chip cookie taste, but the texture was off. Now, this stuff is supposed to be pretty decent, and it probably came out closer to anything I could have done on my own, but I was not a fan of the chocolate chip cookie thing. Would I probably try it again? Yeah, because I'm really trying to stick to things, and you know, the holidays are coming up, and I gave one to my nephew. He ate it, he liked it, but we all kind of were like, you know, that it had that kind of, there was just a little bit of a dryness to it. However, when I did, I always know as I say however though. However, I did banana bread, like, I think it was just a couple days ago, but you'll forget how long after it was, after the cookies. I decided I'm going to do banana bread. Here is what the banana bread, no, just kidding, it's my husband's, came out. It came out moist. It tastes just like banana bread. The recipe that I use is super simple. It worked perfectly with it. And if anything, my mom, when she tried it, she was like, it seemed more moist to her, because sometimes, you know, banana breads can come out a little bit dry, and you know, you find recipes here and there, and people like different things. I don't like the ones that have milk in them. I don't think it's necessary. But this came out awesome. At Walmart, I picked up this, and this is Pillsbury, their gluten-free brand. It's actually a 2-pound bag. I'm gonna try theirs. I'm hoping theirs is the equivalent to the other one, meaning I can use, you know, switch out 1 for 1 cup. I'm hoping that's the case. I will be finding that out, but just wanted to show that, because, you know, when you bake and stuff and you come across these little finds, I'm like, I've got to tell someone. And even if you're not trying to go totally gluten-free, that was a good recipe. The banana bread recipe, and that was actually really good. And that was a recipe I came across a long, long time ago. I'm sure it's some basic recipe, but and then I got this. It's the LaCroix, and this, I don't know how I'm saying it right. And then it's the cherry lemon or cherry lime. Let's see. I dribbled on myself. That's good. I've been drinking these like crazy because I don't do soda. It gives me that little, you know, I don't want to say the bubbly, the little, you know, what you're looking for. Taste-wise, though, it tastes like seltzer water with a little bit of, you know, fruit squeezed into it. But I like the way it tastes. But I will be doing some baking, and I want to do a video on that. And then on my new camera, so hopefully you guys, I look okay, or I don't know. I was trying so hard to not be so judgmental to myself, because, you know, when you get used to seeing yourself on one thing, I'm on my phone, I'm like one way, and then I'm on my laptop, I look another way, and then I'm on this, and I'm just like, I see my double chin, I see, you know, my imperfections, I'm just mentally beating myself up. So hopefully the quality, though, is a little bit better, and you guys can actually hear me. And it's not all over the place. Like my laptop, anytime I move, the thing just like would stall, or I would be like, whatever. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you wanted to see my, not almost my cookies, but pumpkin bread, I might just do it anyways. Pumpkin bread this weekend. Give me a thumbs up and let me know. Comment below, because yeah. But anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy your week. You're on track, staying on track. I just hope mentally and physically, though, you are finding yourselves and can take a deep breath, because sometimes I think we are just so hard on ourselves for things that sometimes aren't in our control. And I let things like that get to me. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment. It's greatly appreciated. Until next time, see you guys. Thanks. Say hi.
Hi.
This is Isaac.
This is Isaac.
How old are you?
3.
And he's making his first debut on my YouTube channel.
IUI and
Yeah.
I.
You show him your picture. He's coloring.
Yeah, good. Color.
He was coloring on my book that had all my results on it, so I had to give him a little piece of paper.
I'm going to paper. No paper. I draw and big book.
Your big book?
Yeah.
Will you draw a big book?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do today?
I erase it.
Okay, it's getting out of hand. Getting out of hand. Say bye.
Bye.